Today's cross-training workout is going to be interval style. We're going to do a 35-30 format. So the first 30 seconds isn't strength exercise. You'll have 5 seconds to transition to our cardio-ish move, which is the second 30 seconds. So we're going to repeat that pattern 30 for each exercise until we work all the way through the circuit, take a 1 minute rest, and we'll complete a total of 4 circuits. So what you're going to need today is a band. You're going to need a chair or something sturdy that you can step up on. It can be higher or lower depending on how your knees and your hips are. And then you're going to need a set of weights. I'm going to have about 10 and probably a little bit lighter as well. So what we're going to do is, first off, a single leg step up. I'll grab my weights. So you're going to use a chair or something nice and sturdy. Step up and back down. So we want to try not to launch off of that bottom leg on that one. The next one, you'll use one of those weights for a tall kneel, forward press, and then an overhead press. The next one is going to be a weighted stand to kneel. So start with one side leading the way, and then you can alternate or stay all on one side leading the way each round, however you want to split it up. So we're going to come down to a kneel, curl, and then I'm going to stand back up. That was left side. So left knee is leading the way, curl, and left knee is standing up. I'll probably alternate that, left, right, left, right. The next one is going to be a band pull from a tall kneel as well. We're going to do palms facing up, shoulders down and back, arms straight, and we're at a diagonal. So keep track of which arm is high and which is low so that we can make sure we do 2 rounds with each hand on the top and the bottom. So it's going to be a band pull, making sure there's no rib flare going on there. And then the last exercise is going to be a plank with a single Y raise. So pick a side and you're going to bring your arm up and back down for a Y raise, really lengthening into it, keeping the arm straight. If you need to go to the knees, you can always do that same exercise from the knees. Pulling that shoulder blade back. And then our in-between exercise that we're going to go to, kind of a cardio, is going to be a toe tap jack. So from a plank position, we're going to jack and then reach one side, come back out and reach the other side. Jack, toe tap, and toe tap. So we're going to get plenty of upper body workout and get that heart rate up as we go. So gather up your stuff, come back, and we'll get started. First up is our single leg step up. I'm starting on the right side. I'm going to step up and lower with control. Stand all the way up and back down with control. Definitely going to feel those glutes on this one. All right, we're going to our plank, jack, and toe tap. So out, toe tap, back to that plank, and toe tap. You want to crank these out fairly quick. Got about 5 seconds. All right, next up is going to be our tall kneel, forward and overhead press. One weight, forward and up. Nice strong core. Think about lifting up through the crown of your head, getting really tall. No rib flare. We got about 8 more seconds. We'll go back to our plank and toe tap. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Like I said, you want to come all the way back into that full plank.
But you can do this one fairly quickly. You don't have to slow it down. We want to get that heart rate up. All right. Next up is going to be our stand to kneel with a curl. So I'm going to lead with my right leg, curl, and lead with my right leg. Now my left. So just keep track of which side so that we evenly work both legs. I keep wanting to curl at the top. All right, back to our plank and toe tap. Our next exercise is going to be our tall kneel band pull. Got about 5 more seconds. All right. So from a tall kneel, we're going to do palms up and diagonal. You can do this either from a tall kneel or from standing. I'm here, so I'm doing tall kneel. Keep those arms straight. Think about squeezing around those shoulder blades as you pull that band. This is a back exercise. In about 5 seconds, and then we're going to go back to our plank jack toe touch. All right. Always keeping that breath moving. Last one is going to be our plank with a Y raise. I'm going to start with my right arm, keeping it nice and straight, palm facing in. So I'm stabilizing through the rest of my body as I reach through that little finger. Woo, this one's tough. Might have to go to the knees. Make sure you're in the plank position if you go to those knees. So we want to make sure that you're not sitting back into those heels. You want those hips fully extended forward. Woo! All right, one more set of those plank jack toe touch planks, or whatever you want to call them, and we'll take a quick break. All right, that completes round one. Grab some water and we'll come back and do it again. Welcome back to round two. We're going to start with our step up. So I'm going on the left side here. Left foot up, right foot down, shoulders down and back. And press into that top leg and control that movement down. Try not to launch off of that bottom leg. Should definitely feel that leg that's up on the chair. Really hard not to want to launch off of that bottom leg. All right, plank jack toe taps. About 7 seconds. Our next exercise will be our tall kneel, forward and overhead press. So grab your weight, press forward all the way out, all the way up. Get those elbows straight. Make sure you're not leaning back. I'm going to be nice and tall. And the knees, the hips, and the shoulders all lined up. Got 5 seconds, and we're back to our planks. All right. Keep those legs straight as you reach for the foot. So we want to get a nice little stretch as we reach. All right, next up, it's going to be our kneel to stand. I'm sorry, stand to kneel. So, come down. We're going to curl. Same side leg, step up. Whoops, adding in a curl. That won't hurt. Kind of like that variation. And we'll stay with it. All right, next up, plank jack with a toe tap. Move over. Make sure you come all the way back into that plank in between each toe tap. It's easy to kind of stay elevated through those hips. You want to really work on that form without letting your hips sag, of course. All right, next up, it's going to be that band pull. I'm just staying on the knees. For me, it's left arm up this time. Squeeze that back to pull that band apart. Whew, working those shoulders a bit today. Got about 8 more seconds, and we'll get back to those toe touch planks. Second. All right, last one's gonna be our plank with that Y raise. So as many as you can with control from the toes, and then we'll have to drop to the knees if needed. Trying to keep that back straight. Woo! Drop down. Reach through that elbow nice and straight into your little finger. Squeeze in that shoulder blade. All right, last set of toe touch plank jacks, and we'll get a break. So, great job. That completes round 2. We're halfway there.
ready for round 3. We're gonna start with our single leg step up, and I'm gonna start back on my right side. So really working that foot on or that leg on the chair. Try not to push off of that bottom leg. When you're ready, squeeze up, back down with a little more control than that. There we go. When you slow it down and really make that top leg work, you get a lot more out of this rather than relying on momentum. Really feel the glutes and those quads. Oops. All right, plank jack toe taps, my favorite.
Big breath, got about 4 more seconds. All right, next up, it's gonna be our forward and overhead press. Reach all the way out, all the way up. Got about 12 more seconds. We'll go back to our plank jacks. All right, more plank jacks. Some nice stretching of those hamstrings today. About 5 more seconds. Next up will be our stand to kneel. With a curl. Back to right side. Leading the way. And I'm adding a curl at the top. Seconds. All right, back to our plank jacks. Up next is our band pull. Back to right arm on top, palms are up, arms stay straight. You can always grab a little closer together to make it more challenging. You can grab further apart to make it less challenging. Really squeezing around those shoulder blades. About 4 more seconds. All right, back to our planks. Last one, it's going to be our plank with a Y raise. I'm back on the right side. I'll do as many as I can from straight leg. Whew. Definitely feeling these. All right, dropping the knees. All right, one more set of plank jack toe taps and we get a rest. Whew. All right, that was round 3. Grab some water, take a 1-minute rest, and we'll come back to finish it off. Welcome back to round 4, the last time through. So I'm starting on the left side for our single-sided exercises. So that means left foot on the chair for our single leg step-ups. And begin. Stop. Lower with control. Really working that top leg. Try not to push off on that bottom leg. Slowing it down is actually quite a bit harder. Whew. All right, back to our plank jacks. Say goodbye to the step-ups. We're done with those. About 5 more seconds. Next up is going to be our press forward and overhead. Grab your dumbbell and press. Make sure you straighten those arms all the way as you press forward and as you push up. About 7 more seconds, and then we can check this one off. All right, back to our planks. We have 5 seconds. All right, next up, it's gonna be our stand to kneel with a curl. Making sure the leg that you step down with is the same leg that you step up with. And you can alternate if you like. All right, back to our planks. About 3 more seconds. Next up is our fan pull. Come back to the left hand goes high. Keep those ribs tucked in. Good core engagement, no rib flare. Keep those arms straight. Woo! We got one more after this one, which will be our plank. And a couple sets of planks. Plank jacks, that is. 3, 2, and 1. All right. About 10 more seconds. All right, this exercise is going to be our plank with the Y raise, left side lifting. So try it from the toes if you can. You can always drop to the knees as needed. Whew, on a twist. All right, one more set of plank jacks, and we're done. Keep that breath moving. Get it going as quickly as you can, with good form always. All right, great job. That completes our workout for today.